Do you want to know how to control your emotions in a relationship? I'm Nicholeen Peck. I'm a communications and relationships expert, and in this video, we're going to be talking about just that. In this video, I'm going to share with you 4 steps that you can do to control your emotions in a relationship and make that type of connection that you want when you need to really be understood. Because isn't that why we lose emotional control in our relationships? We're trying to be understood. We're trying to help the other person see where we're coming from. And for some reason or another, we just miss the mark. Step number 1 might surprise you. In fact, it might seem like this isn't actually going to help, but I promise you this is probably one of the most powerful steps that I'll share. Step number 1 is to have a vision of what type of a relationship you want to have. In fact, ideally, you create this vision with the other person that you're having the relationship with. It could be with a child, it could be with a spouse, it could be with a good friend or someone you're dating. What type of a relationship do you hope to have with that person? When I say vision, I don't just mean a list of qualities. I mean, envision yourself at a happy time, a time that you hope to duplicate on a regular basis. In my book, Parenting a House United, I talk about creating a family vision. This is a picture that the family shares together of who they're becoming 20 years in the future. And we base our vision on certain criteria, certain things that the whole family can hold on to and work toward as we go through the day-to-day moments in our family. So create a picture, create a vision of who you're becoming in that relationship. Now, if the other person doesn't want to have that type of a discussion with you, then you can decide for yourself what your vision for the relationship is. Because actually, something that people don't often know about relationships is they're one-sided. Did you know that? So the way you see another person is fully your responsibility. That's your relationship to them. The way they see you is their relationship to you. So they have full responsibility for that. So if you're not feeling very good about them, then you need to change that perspective first by creating a picture of where you want that relationship to be headed. Step number 2 is to plan for meetings. So once you've decided what type of relationship you want to have with that person or with your family, then decide when you're going to check up on how that relationship is doing. So in our family, we have key meetings. In fact, part of the Teaching Self-Government Parenting course involves setting up 3 different types of meetings. We have couples meetings, family meetings, and individual mentor meetings. These are all designed to check up on different relationships and how we can improve at our relationships and problem solve and communicate better. So when are you going to have meetings and how are you going to have an effective meeting? You've got to decide that. If you need help learning how to have a good effective meeting, the type where everyone can feel united and bonded together, then you might want to look into this book, Parenting a House United, written by me, and it goes into great detail, even gives you meeting formats that you can use in order to have good meetings for your family. The 3rd step for controlling your emotions in a relationship is to have your own calm plan. Do you have a plan for how you will be calm? I have created a plan for myself. In fact, I created this plan a long time ago when I was doing foster care, treatment care for troubled teens. I had 2 toddlers of my own, and we brought troubled teens to live in our home. We did this for a number of years, and there was oftentimes a lot of dramatic situations that I needed to help the children through, but I knew that I would not be able to point them in the right direction if I was just power struggling with them. So I decided to create a calm plan for myself. This calm plan included having specific words that I would say to myself and to other people. In fact, during that time, I took a recipe card and I wrote down what my calm parenting plan was. So I now have cue cards on my website that people can actually have and they can use to help them with their calm plans if they want to use my same calm plan. You will need to learn about the steps of calmness, and I have a free way for you to find out about those steps. Below this video, there is a link to the Calm Parenting Toolkit. And if you click on that link, you can get the Calm Parenting Toolkit for free. In that Calm Parenting Toolkit, it will help you start to put together your calm plan And then you can use the cues to help you follow through with your calm plan so that you don't get stuck doing your old habits, which maybe are taking you away from calmness. If you're going to have a good relationship with another person, you need to know you can trust yourself to communicate calmly. It's really us not being able to trust ourselves that ruins the relationship and the communication with the other person. All of us have emotions. That's part of who we are. In fact, it's just part of being human. But there are productive emotions and non-productive emotions. And those not productive emotions are the ones we want to stay away from because they don't help us. In fact, lots of times they end up hurting us or making us feel like we are serving our emotions instead of our emotions helping us to bond to other people. So if you know that you have not productive emotions that happen to come out from time to time and they can damage your relationship, then a key thing you should do as step number 4 in preparing for good relationships is to make sure that you and the person you're having a relationship with know where your stop points are. And maybe even develop some cues that you can use in order to prepare yourself not to cross over certain boundary lines. So step number 4 is plan for stopping places and cues. So what I would do maybe with my husband, for instance, is say, if I start to say such and such, whatever it is, if I start to accuse or assume, then let's say this word. So that will remind me I need to stop and pull myself back. With my children, I've taught them to use one of the 4 basic skills that I teach in my parenting program to help me know when I'm not being calm or have gone too far. So the skill is disagreeing appropriately. I've taught them that if for some reason mom is not communicating in a calm way, if I'm not having a calm face, voice, and body, which I've taught them to have, then they need to look at me and calmly say, "Mom, may I disagree appropriately?" And then I will immediately remember I am not using my skills. I will say yes because I told them that every time they ask that question, I will tell them yes. And then they'll say, "Mom, I understand right now you're frustrated, but you're not choosing to be calm. Could you please choose to be calm?" And then that will give me the cue that I need to get myself calm and ready. So then I need my calm plan to fall back on, right? I've got to have the steps to take myself to calmness so that then I can come back and finish that interaction with them. So you need to plan with the person, that person you're having the relationship with. You need to plan with them how you will stop, when you will stop, and if there's any cue words that they can say that will help you to remember if you happen to get trapped in one of those minutes just out of habit. We absolutely can control our emotions in our relationships. It is up to us. We can enlist their help, but it's also up to them to control their emotions, and we can help them too. That's what a relationship is all about. If we talk openly about our plans for communicating better in our relationships, then our emotions will not get the better of us. Let's use our productive emotions and connect to each other instead of relying on negative, not productive emotions all the time to try to solve our problems. If you've enjoyed this video, I'm pretty sure you're going to like my next video, which is the expectation trap versus the cycle for success. What we're talking about here when we're talking about our emotions and our relationships is we're talking about how we get trapped. I have a lot more information I can share with you about that, so watch that full class on the link that you see here.